I'm really a tech enthusiast and a innovator. I really believe that technology like Quant and Overledger will be a huge utility in the next bull cycle, man. Now, taking a look at Quant, but before we actually take a look at Quant, I want to know, where do you think that we are, man? Are we mainstream market? Are we earlier market? Or are we at the chasm here? The bridge here between the early market and mainstream. Usually you see something like the chasm when regulation is actually implemented. So maybe we are right here where regulation actually becomes the connecting piece to the early market and mainstream. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat, and also like and subscribe if you like videos like this about high utility projects. Now let's talk about Quant here. Quant QNT. I know I get a lot of new people on my channel as it's growing in 2023, and I'm not trying to price you guys out of the market, but one thing that I believe in is buying quality over quantity. Now, if you want to talk about quality, we have to talk about Quant here. Quant is sitting at 100 and unless it just went to 110, but $110. All right, the tokenomics here is debatably better than Bitcoin. As you can see, they have a more rare supply, sitting at about 14 million max. The circulating supply is already 83%. So great tokenomics. You can't get too much inflation and dumped on by VCs. And I honestly believe in Quant because of its high utility. I know. It's a lot of people saying that the next bull cycle will be a utility bull cycle. So, which is fine, because when we go over Quant here, it's still at $1 billion market cap. So you can say that's pretty high, but for something that could potentially have trillions of dollars, institutional dollars pour into it, that's still pretty low, even comparing it to stuff like Google, Apple, etc., etc. And looking here at the Quant website, I wanted to focus on a few things about the Quant utility here, man. So before we actually get into website, I found that this is interesting. Okay, so anybody that actually wants to use the Overledger operating system, they have to use Quant tokens. That right there is a utility in its own. Quant tokens must be provided to the Quant network in exchange for an annual license or platform fee. The price of the access will be a fixed fiat amount, and the number of tokens needed will vary depending on the price of the token at the time of the purchase. Salute to Uchiha Quant here, Itachi. Set the example and go follow him. But he has a point there. That right there is a utility in its own. Now, Quant plans on servicing different institutions. Okay, so let's see what I'm looking for. Use cases here. So who do they serve? Financial institutions, enterprises. They do stuff with supply and trade, supply chain and trade finance. So just so much. Insurance, compliance, which is huge, especially if we're talking about regulation being around the corner here. Compliance is going to be huge. It's one of those blockchains that's really designed for financial institutions and institutional money. And there's other ISO 222 projects out there, but I was running across somebody's Twitter tweet on a Twitter page, and they were following Quant, and they made a good example. I think I did post it on my Twitter here. Let's pull it up. He said, why buy a whole bunch of cars trying to figure out who's the fastest when you can just invest into the road? That is one of the greatest sayings I heard in a while. All right. Right here it says, why gamble on which car wins the race when you can just monetize the usage of the road? That is a great say, man. When you look at it like that, it's like you can't lose. Okay, so everybody knows the Quant narrative is interoperability, being able to plug institutions, traditional finance in the Overledger blockchain and bring it to the whole crypto space. And that way, they can harbor data, etc., financial payments, cross-border payments where you're sending off money. Quant literally does it all. And it's really giving you that utility and use case that, you know, anybody would ask for in the crypto space when they say, oh man, crypto is just speculative. It really doesn't do nothing. This is one of the few projects that you can't really say that about. And the fact that it's sitting here at $110 with the potential to be something like 10,000 per token, 15,000 per token, or even $30,000 per token. We know Bitcoin went up to almost 70 grand per token with the one use case, which is store value. Quant literally family is the what's the way I can put it? The portal to mass adoption for crypto. Quant is literally the portal to mass adoption in crypto. Now we know Chainlink, you know, is an Oracle project, and you really can't do anything smart contract without Chainlink. But Quant, when we're talking about getting crypto, getting people in crypto that don't use crypto, this is what Quant is going to be able to do. All right, so and it has the potential to reach Bitcoin highs, and it's only sitting at $110. All right, so I really can't say nothing else. I'm not really trying to keep saying the same thing. Even if you just look here at the Constellation ecosystem, now this is pretty old, but what I want to point out to you guys is, you know, you got Quant here listed with the DOD, the Department of Defense. Okay, now you're seeing the IRS hire all of these people for blockchain. You're seeing CBDCs being implemented. If you go to this website here, Gilbert Verdian, the CEO and founder of Quant, right? He gave a 2023 outlook of the trends that he thinks is going to happen in the next crypto year. Now, I'm not going to read the whole website here for you because I don't want to make this video too long. I'll make sure I leave the link in the description, or you can just pause the video here and you can see the link right here at the bottom. But I did summarize some of the things that stood out to me that he sees happening in 2023 as far as narrative. So the first one is blockchain could save billions in infrastructure and associated IT costs despite the upfront hiring and partnership spends. So you're going to see institutions try to save money by using blockchain technology. You can't hide anything on blockchain technology. It stores data. It pretty much makes your business or institution or your payment, your finance center, etc. It makes it 10 times easier to keep up with for taxes. You know, this is what Quant's utility is. Also, CBDCs become part of international trade, financing, and cross-border settlements. And this is huge because we're seeing a lot of countries already starting to implement infrastructure on CBDCs. And again, the financial payment systems, or the financial payment institutions, should I say, they need that interoperability from QNT and the use of the Overledger technology. And remember the beginning of the video, you can't use Overledger technology without QNT tokens. All right. He also says 2023 will see further focus on building CBDCs, infrastructure that values consumer protection, privacy, and interoperability. But ongoing ongoing politics, you know, we're gonna shorten that up, may be the stumbling block for CBDCs. And I can see that happening because a lot of people are really not for CBDCs because of the whole privacy and everything that's going with that. So you'll start to see that pull back from CBDCs, but I feel like it's inevitable, especially with the whole blockchain. Just what we see with FTX, like being able to literally see every transaction, everything a person is doing as far as finances is going to be huge for the IRS, because they want Uncle Sam want his money, he want his tax money, you feel me? So they're gonna be, you know, they're linking up and they're partnering with crypto, which is huge. So that's just a move that tells me CBDs is coming. And again, not financial advice, but I would want to have that exposure. Doesn't necessarily have to be Quant. You got XRP, you got XLM, you got hbar, hedera. That's one of my baby's favorites. And then you got, you know what I'm saying, that God token, QNT. And last but not least, we talked about it earlier in the video, which is interoperability. You feel me? Picture Quant just being the road for for mass adoption. Okay, people coming in and out the crypto space using Quant as that interoperability, that missing piece of the puzzle, family. So again, when people say Quant to 10,000, they're not being crazy. Okay, I know I said 15, I know I said 30,000. You know what I'm saying? But when people say Quant to 10,000, and we can keep it even a little bit more conservative, maybe 3 grand, 5 grand. That is a very realistic prediction in the next bull cycle. Okay, so just a picture Quant reaching Ethereum's market cap or even Bitcoin's market cap. That would be insane. But you can't you can't knock it or say it can't happen because the utility. You don't know how much liquidity could be poured in this project when the institutions truly get a hold of the regulation and truly get a hand on some of these projects. You see Kevin O'Leary say it all the time. There's trillions of dollars on the sideline waiting to be implemented in the crypto space, and unfortunately they're gonna pick the utility projects first, family. They're gonna pick the high utility projects first, and that's why people are saying the next bull cycle will be the year of utility. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Quant, Q, and T. Hopefully this wasn't too techy for you guys. I try to, even it out, because I know Quant can be a very, very techy project. But y'all let me know in the comments. It's your boy SOAPGAWDSTV. Millie, I'm out.